Hey guys, welcome to my new Let's Play of UFO Aftermath. Now this is a game that came out in the 2005 and is a spiritual successor to the famous XCOM series. Now there are some basic differences, like not playing on a turn-based basis, but rather on a real-time basis where you control the flow of time. Now let's go ahead and create a new profile. Now I already tried recording it once, but ironically I forgot to turn on my mic, so we'll have to do it all over again. So let's go and name it LP Series 2. Now, as much as some of you might laugh, I will play it on easy because this game is rather hard, even on easy. Now I will choose a starting position as Europe, basically because I'm Polish and this territory is also rather easy to defend, which comes pretty useful in the later stages of the game. Okay, so let's go and make a new game. And let's start playing. Now the basic gist of the plot is that a spaceship came into orbit, rained some spores into the atmosphere, which in turn blacked out the sun, and when it finally came down with the rain, killed most of the macro-scale life. Now your job is to go ahead and retake the planet. Now I won't do the tutorial mission simply because it tends to give you two very good soldiers with higher levels, and then you'll have a hard time evening it with the levels of the other members of the team. So we will forsake the tutorial. Okay, Council of Earth messages are basically messages that occur when something significant in the game happens. Like this one. This is the first message. This is the first of these messages. Welcome, Commander. We, the Council of Earth, are pleased that by your acceptance of our offer, you will be responsible for our overall strategy. We will inform you about any trouble spots immediately, and we expect you to determine which are strategically most important and engage them with your elite squad, the Phoenix Company. You will also guide such research and manufacturing capacities as we have available. You have the best weapons obtainable, and we will give you more if we find them. You'll get our best men and women, and you can use them to create an excellent team. These are great powers to go with such a great responsibility. The destiny of humanity is in your hands, Commander. Huh. No pressure. Okay, let's carry on. Now, this is the global map screen. You can rotate the planet by right-clicking on various spots of the planet, and these are our only two bases right now. The blue line indicates the territories that are under our control. Here we have the R&D department screen, which stands for Research and Development. Now research is done quite differently than in XCOM. First of all, you don't hire anyone to do the research. The speed of the research depends on the number of research bases you have. Same goes for engineering, and you usually can develop technologies and do research that you have obtained, for which you have to obtain the necessary subjects. Now Twilight and Fall we can't do right now because we have no research facilities available. But it doesn't need anything, so we could do it the first opportunity we get. Now development goes the same, that you need to have at least one base and something that is required for this technology to be developed. Now UFO detection does not require anything, so we will go ahead and start. It will allow us to detect UFOs as they fly around the planet. And this is our squad screen coupled with our equipment, training and personnel files. Now we have two soldiers, Malcolm and Brian, and we will go ahead and rearm Malcolm, because he has pretty weak weapons. So we will give him an Uzi, some ammo, two grenades, and he already has a medkit. Yeah. Now, each soldier has a set of skills, like combat. Here we can see what kind of weapons he can use and to what degree he is adept with them. Like, for example, Brian will be average with sniper rifles, he is poor with rifles, he is average with handguns, and so forth. Defense skills, psi power. This doesn't come into play until much later on in the game. But he already is at average. Now his hit points are very poor, which will be the first thing we will try to get up. Speed is how fast he can move on the tactical screen. Dodging means how well he can avoid being shot by the enemy. Observation determines how soon he can spot the enemy, and stealth does the opposite for him, allowing to cover himself from the enemy. Now the alien skills determine how well he can hurt the enemy with his attacks. Medical, how well he can use medkits, and capacity, how much he can carry before it starts affecting his speed. Now as we see, Malcolm has a different set of skills. Malcolm's skills are at a different level. Now physical attributes are both physical and mental. And we already see that Malcolm has poor strength. Now these translate directly into over to his skills. So for example, increasing his strength will increase his capacity, his hit points, and his ability to use heavy weapons and to throw grenades. Can he do any training? Nope. Now each training improves something, but requires a prerequisite level of some skills to be conducted. So for example, we will need to work on his willpower and perception in order for him to gain 1 point in marksmanship, 1 in rifles, 1 in observation, and 1 in capacity. Neither of them can do any training right now, so let's go ahead and start the time. And we have a new recruit available, Dick McCready, who can already be trained as a grenadier, which will increase... yeah, we can train him. It will take 1 day and 12 hours. And we can already equip him with a few things. And we have no rifles, which is a pretty bad thing. Oh yeah, these two weapons are always available, and the ammo for them as well. Other weapons will have a number by them, indicating how many examples of this weapon do we have, as well as the same goes for the ammo. And can we give them any armor? Yeah, McCready can have some armor. Can you have... oh crud. Okay, yeah, Brian is always very weak in this game. Okay, let's try it anyway. At least he won't die on us so fast. Okay, let's continue. A bit faster, please. Okay, so this is a message telling us that there is a mission available here, and this is basically an elimination mission where you have to go and kill a certain number of enemies, called the transgendents at this point in the game. Now, each mission has a estimated impact and urgency indicators. The estimated impact of this mission is to be profound, but its urgency is low. Now we can either accept this mission and do it ourselves, or delegate it to an AI controlled unit. Now this is a bit of a bit of a gamble, because depending on how well you fare in the game, the AI control teams do as well. So if you are doing good, they are most likely to succeed in the missions you delegate to them. But if you are doing poorly, they tend to screw up the missions. So be sure to think it over well. Now, so we'll try this mission, although I'm skittish about doing it with only 3 guys. Oh, yeah, and he is still training. I forgot about that. Only 1 hour has passed. Okay, we will wait for him to finish. And there's a new mission in Brno. We need to capture... Yeah, this is a capture mission when you have to either incapacitate a certain number of enemies or just drag one of them to the extraction point. Now this has a substantial impact. And there's a mission in Berlin. Now the missions that occur within your control area should take priority, because if you screw them up or you delegate it to a team that fails, your presence will be affected. The lower the presence, the more likely you are to lose this particular base. Okay, and there's a new mission in Paris as well. Yeah, the enemy has infiltrated, so it's a defense mission. Calafik. Okay, come on. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, final. Oh, and then the recruit. Sweet! Yeah, we'll train him another time. We'll just equip him right now. Uzi, ammo, medkit, grenade, and let's try giving him armor. Oh, so only Brian is the weak link. Okay, let's go ahead and save real quick. Let's play, and yeah, we will first do this because it's there's no real difference. And the urgency just went up too high. Let's accept the mission and move out. Yeah, a delayed mission. Now, you can only travel from military bases. The research and engineering bases do not allow you to